Everybody knows that plastic surgery is common among celebrities. So here are 5 celebrities that probably or may have had rhinoplasty surgery. I'm going to be starting off with Blake. So I've got her pictures off screen and I'm just looking at each one of these. She probably did have a rhinoplasty because I see that she used to have a relatively bulbous tip and it appears to droop a little bit underneath the nose. That can be accentuated when she's smiling, but she's got a smile in both of those pictures and I still see she looks like she's drooping more in what we believe is the before picture. Moving on to our next one. I believe this is Khloe Kardashian. So she's had a big transformation. We can see that her nose appears relatively wide, especially in the tip. She has a relatively bulbous nose. She looks like she has a little bit of a dorsal hump. She is one that I would say she's definitely had rhinoplasty. I love it, it's a great look. Next celebrity I've got here is Ryan Gosling. If he's had a rhinoplasty, I would say it was a relatively subtle work, but there's a couple clues that I'm looking at. So the first thing, I'm looking at the bony dorsum of his nose. It looked like it used to have a little bit of a hump and a little bit of extra width. And I think he's had his nose just shaved down a little bit and reduced in width. Next one I've got is Hadid. She's one who I'd say she's definitely had a rhinoplasty. Her nose shape has changed significantly. First of all, on the dorsum of her nose, it's become narrower and she's had a dorsal hump reduction. She now has an overall convex shape to her dorsum, which means it's a little bit of a ski slope. And she's got really defined tip structure. And you'll see on her before photo or when she was younger, she has a relatively wide bulbous tip. It almost has sort of an olive shape to it. Now it's a very distinct tip based on the light reflexes. It's got much more of an angle to it, to the tip defining points. And I suspect she's had cartilage graft right underneath the skin there that's keeping the skin in that shape. The last one is Patrick Dempsey, I believe. So I recognize him as McDreamy. I think what we're looking at is a probable rhinoplasty. My eyes are looking at the tip of his nose where I think he's had a little bit of a tip reduction just to make the shape more distinct. I see that he's got a little bit more of a concavity on either side of the tip. So it looks like he's got a little bit more of a pinched appearance here, but it works for him. And overall, I think he's somebody who's really grown into the size of his nose. Again, because as he's gotten older, I think the proportions of his face have changed as he's gotten a little bit wider in the cheeks and the lower part of the face, and his lip has probably lengthened a little bit.